So just to review when we would use ser in a descriptive sentence or tener in a descriptive sentence. Okay, first thing you need to remember is that ser means to be and tener means to have. So anything that you want to say, I am, you are, he is, she is, that's a form of ser, to be. And if you're talking about what someone has, I have blue eyes, she has green hair, you're going to use a form of tener. Good news for us is that when we use ser and when we use tener, works exactly the same in English as in Spanish. So any statement in English that you would say you have something, you're going to use a form of tener. Any statement in English where you're going to say someone is something, you're going to use the correct form of ser. Of course, there's choices with each one depending on what the subject is. So if I wanted to say I have blue eyes, in English, it would be tengo ojos azules in Spanish. I am short, soy baja. Okay, and of course, tengo comes from tener and soy comes from ser. Another handy dandy clue for you is when you're working with your adjective list, any of the vocabulary phrases that you would use the verb tener for has tener with them on the vocab list. There's that whole section that it's tener, ojos azules, tener, pelo corto. Okay, all the rest of them, if you look at the vocab list, don't have any verb with them. So the vast majority of them we're using ser because we're saying I am tall, I am short. Okay, so that's another sort of ding, ding, ding is that the phrases on your vocab list that have tener with them are the only ones you're going to use a form of tener with. Okay, so just think of it when you're doing your sentence writing. What am I trying to say here? Am I saying someone has something or someone is something? Okay, and then that will help you decide whether you need to use ser in the sentence or tener. And of course, you have to use the correct form depending on what the subject is. So for a wee bit of practice, okay, go to Quizlet and practice with the ser and tener sentences set. Once you're feeling pretty comfortable with it and you feel like you have a handle on when to use ser or tener, you can use that information to go back into your writings, the two writings that you did on Schoology, and make some corrections.